Well, let's see if we went live. We are live. Amazing. Oh, wait. And Fiona is here in case anybody wasn't clear. This is the cat. Hello. The Wi-Fi wasn't working a moment ago, guys. And then Fiona came aboard and there we are. So if you need a Wi-Fi antenna, get yourself a cat. And without further ado, I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here with us. If you're watching us live, please write the word live on social media. And if you're watching on the replay, write the word replay. And if you're in our Zoom audience, I love the sound of that. Can you let us know in the chat which of the questions resonated most with you or someone you care about? 1, are you hoping and praying not to spend another holiday season in what you once considered your home sweet home? 2, does the idea of moving both excite and stress you out, especially in this new normal? Yet you know it's something you absolutely must do. 3, does the thought of having to pack and unpack with kids and pets or both in tow and possibly juggling this all alone seem like an impossible feat? 4, would getting a fresh start or potentially a new beginning and creating a new place to call home make you smile again? And 5, maybe there's something else that had you show up and say yes to being with all of us tonight. And we want you to know, we would love for you to know that we are grateful for you and we want to know what it is you're here for. And before I introduce my incredible co-host, who is not Princess Fiona, but she probably will stay here the whole time because I haven't been in front of the computer all weekend. And if you see the lighting go in and out, it's because I'm resting my eyes. Dr. Roger, thank you. And I'm sorry, please forgive me. Yeah, I want to say thank you to Eric Fung for being a part of the virtual magic behind the scenes, because it actually really does take a village to create the show and to create everything that's here. And Eric does so much to support us behind the scenes. And if you have a village, whether it is 2 or 22 people that are behind the scenes doing work that sometimes others don't know about, and they deserve to be acknowledged or celebrated, let's show them some gratitude, appreciation. Write their names or their titles or any sort of gratitude in the chat, anywhere on social media, or this video may find you. And I just realized I didn't let you know who I am. You probably know I'm Erica Rosillo because you're finding this somewhere. And I am also your grateful realtor. And I have the honor and the privilege of helping people with all of their real estate needs throughout the world. Yes, I've expanded my territory. I've changed companies to Keller Williams of Greater Nassau, and this week actually. And I'm expanding my reach and exponentially growing my impact. And I'm so grateful to be here with all of you and my co-host tonight, especially with all the stress and anxiety of planning for the holidays and the Zoom eyeballs I have right now. And yeah, there's some stress that's here and right around the corner. And for some of us, this home life is quite chaotic right now. Work has some folks at a stress level of 17 out of 10. And we have people like my co-host Jasmine, who have still found ways to make you smile in spite of it all. So let's take a moment to show some love, put a heart in the chat, in the comments, or on social media for Jasmine, or for anyone else that you know that is juggling so much and yet still finds ways to show up with a smile for you and your dreams.
Thank you for introducing yourself, Erica. Well, if you don't know me, I'm Jasmine, Erica's co-host. I am so grateful to be here with all of you on our Celebrate Your Success Sundays. My name, like I said, is Jasmine Yan. I am your super savvy shopper, and I am blessed to be able to educate people about how to save money and earn money while shopping, and pretty much create a career out of it, which I genuinely love. You know, it's also a perfect match for what Erica does as a realtor, and everyone out there who's stressing out about money, health, or trying to create a little peace of mind for themselves right now, especially during these times. You know, our Sunday evening Celebrate Your Success Sunday series is devoted for all of us to have real raw, real stories, real value about real estate, real financial gains, being a savvy shopper, and just pretty much saving lives. Because right now, especially during this time, people aren't taking care of themselves. People aren't doing what they need to do. And if some of you don't know, right now, Erica is definitely on a mission to make a positive impact on on a minimum of 1 million homes that have been plagued by domestic violence. Both of us have dealt with it in our families or to ourselves, and we both genuinely want to help out these homes. And you know what I love is that because Erica is who she is actually offering her real estate services for free for anyone that might qualify, no matter what the financial stress they are dealing with, anywhere in the United States and in Canada. However, just so you know, there are certain restrictions that might apply. So please feel free to schedule a consultation with Erica at our link tree. Well, I always want to say hashtag. I don't know why I want to say it, but / celebrate your success. And please share that link with anyone you know that might need it. Because right now, a lot of people are dealing with too much and a lot of people are moving, and it's important that they have a realtor that really genuinely cares and wants the best for them. Erica, I've known her over 20 years. She is a wealth of knowledge and her resources are growing exponentially. And I know that we have a few folks in the Zoom audience tonight that might even have an idea or way to serve our community, this community. So if you would like to please comment in the chat and tell us if there are any resources that you can offer. And, we might be reading some of these out and possibly calling on a few of you at the end. So please remember to comment, like, and share this on Facebook because the world needs our gifts, right? People aren't talking about real things and we are. So share it with everyone you know that might be impacted by this or might learn and gain some information. So thank you all for being here tonight and spending your Sundays with us. And thank you for being a part of this movement.
Yeah, thank you. And just as like a newbie, because this is new for this week to announce, it's again, more than just the US and Canada. We probably have to update some of our marketing material. It's anywhere in the world. I'm still learning where our office is. And to be honest, I don't even know my email or my website yet, but somehow my phone number has stayed the same, which is I'm grateful for. I do, thank God, because it did change a few months ago. So just in general, I'm here if real estate wise, and if you want to schedule a consultation with myself or with Jasmine or Fiona, you can feel free to go to the link tree. There's an opportunity. The phone number is still accurate. The email I still have access to. The website, I realize we have to update that, but that's okay. I still have the domain. And I just want you to know that questions, comments, concerns, we are here for you. So don't be afraid, don't be shy, and don't be silly. Go ahead and reach out. Jasmine's been in the classroom for 18 years, educating people about education, actually, excuse me. Sorry, I'm eating hair. And educating people about shopping for what, 5 years, Jasmine?
Yeah.
5 years, yeah. And I've been in real estate for 13, educating people about the real estate market. And I love what I do. And I'm just getting started. And we're just getting started. And so we are excited. Jasmine, back to you.
So I know, Erica, the whole point of today's show, right, is talking about moving, how it takes a village. So I know, Erica, you promised to share with us tonight how to create our own village people and make your move. You even went as far to say whether you are in a toxic or stressful living situation, or everything is, peachy keen in your life at home, but you just need some support in selling, buying, or renting a home. You have put together, I know you've mentioned it to me, key 3 that could work for everyone. I guess these are the key 3 things that people should know when they have to buy, rent, sell homes, right? I mean, that's a pretty bold statement to say, because I think it takes there's many steps, right? So I really want to hear these key 3. So can you tell us more about that?
Sure. And as I said, I've been in the business for 13 years, and it is a bold statement. However, I've moved, 14 or 15 times. So I'd say myself personally. So I say I'm pretty much an expert in the moving scenario. And I've moved through some pretty interesting scenarios. And I have noticed that no matter what and how prepared people think they are for a move, something always comes up that they just didn't plan for. And no matter what the reason is for the move, whether it's something joyful like having a baby or buying a retirement home, or something stressful like a horrible breakup or a death in the family, there's always these little things that add up to big stress, which or can actually be enormous gratitude if you create your village people. And I have cat hair on my mouth, excuse me. I can't. Fiona, I love you, but this is really a lot. Okay. Yeah, so if you create your village people, you can actually turn that stress into gratitude. That is a fact.
Wow. So Erica, I have to be honest, I'm really curious about these village people that you're talking about. I know a lot of people probably think, when you said it to me, the village people, I was thinking the 70s group that sings, YMCA. And, I'm just thinking about singing and dancing, being at parties, especially since we can't be at parties right now. But you're talking about moving. So I'm trying to really imagine this. Like, are you talking about like people singing and dancing while they move? And, how can all this apply to every single type of move? Like these village people.
Well, Fiona, do you remember? You were involved in this, baby, right? I actually did make a move once, whoops, where we were singing and dancing in spite of there being a sewage explosion in my apartment, and my little princess was literally swimming in shitty water, okay? When I came home one night, and I just found her there, and I was like, how'd that happen? And within less than a week, I was singing and dancing and putting on costumes with my movers, AKA my village people, who showed up as a surprise gift to me and helped us move from a home that was then later on infested with mold, cat piss, because, when, you're swimming in water because of a sewage explosion, you kind of just figure everything is your bathroom. And yeah, did I mention that I also pulled my back out from being in a car accident? So I was not actually even able to lift a thing. And yet most of my movers, who were all volunteers, had the time of their life, and they were there for almost 10 hours working for free until I actually finally sent them home.
Wait. So let me get this straight. You had a surprise moving committee that came, and they were all working for free to move you in the conditions that you described, which I'm going to be honest with you. I love you. I think I would be a little bit terrified to help you move in in that situation. Yeah, because I think that's like really germy, like really. But anyway, you're saying that all these people moved in the conditions that you were dealing with, and yet they were all singing and dancing and having fun. I'm trying to wrap myself around this because I don't think moving is fun, really. So tell me about these village people and where can we find them? Because if I'm moving, I definitely want to have happy people so it can go smoother and faster and be more fun.
Yeah. So I'm happy to, connect you to these people and share more and introduce you to them. And if anybody watching, on the replay or live in the chat, put me or I do if you want to meet my people, my village people. So I make sure to introduce you to all of them. And Fiona is out for now. She made her appearance. She will be back. And yeah, so me, I do, whatever you want, I'll make sure to connect you with them. But I want to make sure you hear this message. And by the way, I've actually created a little acronym to help people remember who the people are. And it might make each of you giggle a little. It's the word please, right? Please. Okay, with that type of scenario, you would definitely need more than just please. And the key three are the letters PLS in the word please. And if you remove the vowels, then you have the letters left, PLS. And if anyone ever asks, who taught you this? This is amazing. You put back the vowel word please, and you have Erica. Amazing Erica is the one who taught you. Yes, that is a fact.
Well, I love the acronym, first of all, because as a teacher, acronyms really genuinely work. At least that's what I've noticed, especially with the special ed students I work with. So, okay, Erica. Amazing, Erica. Can you please introduce us to these village people now? Because we keep talking about it, and I keep asking you who they are, and you're not really telling me who these special, wonderful people could be.
Yes. Okay. Sure thing, Jasmine. And anyone else who put me in the chat, you will get some information from us. And even if you didn't, it's your lucky night. So let's start by explaining the 3 letters. So first of all, I'm going to ask for some audience participation, again, live or on the replay. And in case I forget anyone or any special person, and by the way, my eyes are really bothering me, so I'm just going to wipe the glasses down. Maybe that'll make a difference. I might do some of this with my eyes closed because I could. But if I forget anyone, feel free to add your own village people, because this is your village, this is your home, and this is your moving party. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Okay, I'm not crying. And yes, you did hear that. You did hear it is a party. And the P does not stand for party. It stands for professional crew. And that might look like, go ahead, write them down. And if there's anyone I forgot, throw it in the chat. Throw it in the comments, wherever you're finding this. Contractors, mortgage professionals, movers, architects, painters, electricians, stagers, attorneys. And let's put that in parentheses. We've got divorce attorneys, landlord tenant attorneys, real estate attorneys. Maybe you fell and you need a, what is that called? Property and casualty attorney. You might need I don't know, you might need, and if you need an attorney, by the way, I have a legal health service, so you can reach out. Forgot about that, but yeah. Plumbers, home inspectors, handymen or women, shopping consultants. Jasmine is going to help you move because you're going to spend money when you move. You might as well earn money and save money at the same time. And a realtor. And if I forgot any of professional that helped you with your move and you haven't hired them for a service when you moved or when you sold or when you bought or when you rented, please comment not only in the chat, make sure to go back on social so everybody sees it, because if it ain't on Facebook, it didn't happen. And even though Facebook might not let people see it, but that's another story. If you are looking for a referral and or have a great referral and you're watching this wherever it ends up, let us know in the chat, in the comments, on YouTube, on the BoobTube. Let us know. Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue because I would like to hear about the dancing and the party, the fun stuff actually, in the midst of this very shitty situation, for lack of a better terminology or lack of a better word for this situation. So please.
Oh, you said my favorite word. So we'll go with the L, which could stand for love, right? Or logistics. So, and please, if there's anyone out there that can make your move any less stressful and more joyful, and that includes and is not limited to, get your pen and paper out, packers, unpackers, organizers, the cleaning crew. So my crew literally cleaned the home before I moved in. And then they unpacked and they repacked. Well, they packed me up first and then they unpacked. Then they organized. I don't have any, clearly I have trouble seeing right now, but they found they had a good eye for where things should go. So they were doing the little feng shui thing. And when you're tired and stressed out and moving, you can't figure out what angle things should go. So having those folks. KonMari consultants, you could have a friend that's in the biz or just a friend that's studying it and wants to show up and just practice their skills on your home. Why not? The meal planners. Folks, when you move, there's always trash to be eaten, and that's usually what happens when you move. If you don't have your meal planned for not just moving day, but the week after, the week before, you're going to gain a few pounds. And you're going to probably be really nasty to humans because what goes in must come out. So if you're putting crappy food in, you're going to get crappy results out. So yeah, meal planners, the babysitter, dog sitter, the moving director. Jasmine was the moving director and the dog sitter for one of our friends. And there was no real stress. She was just going from one place to the next. She wanted to move. There was nothing traumatic. Fiona, we got you. Okay. She's making noise over there. I'm not even kidding. So sometimes you need the valet parker, depending on where you're moving. There's I'm not even kidding. She's actually banging right now. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. All right. Anyway. The valet parker, so you might be moving to a place and the parking is tough. So then you want to just unpack and get the boxes out for you, for the moving company. So someone sits in the car so you don't get a ticket. You don't want to pay a mover $25 or $50 an hour to sit in the car when the mover is there to move, right? Like that will make sense. And you don't want to pay $150 for a ticket because you didn't have a moving, you didn't have a valet parker. And that could be anyone who has a driver's license could just sit there.
Mm-hmm.
The chief fun officer, like, okay, so seriously, moving could be fun. And I'm not even kidding. Somehow the moving committee, which was a private Facebook group that was created, and the day of my move, I didn't even know this was happening, that all of a sudden I got invited to like a private Facebook party. And I was like, what is going on? And there were 4 or 5 people that were in the community that had already bought the cleaning supplies, that had bought the bags, the everything, the organization. They checked out, they were following me through social media, so they knew what I needed, and they just went and did it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. And so having, the chief fun officer, and then they just started finding fun things in my home, and we were putting like fun music on and finding like if you have any old outfits you'd never wear again, they could wrap them around, guys or girls, and dancing and packing and just play dress up. And it was fun. We were like in our like early 30s and just being ridiculously silly. The gopher, aka the shopping buddy, so I think I'm saying that right. Jasmine has on her website, there's like the
shop buddy.
Right? Like, so, you're sitting there and you're like, oh my gosh, you know what I forgot? I need toilet paper. Can somebody run out and get it? Oh my gosh, you know what I forgot? I needed tissues. Oh, I have a headache. Can you go get essential oils? Don't take no drugs, folks. You need essential oils in your home. Trust you me. So, and I can help you with that. But yeah, the gopher who's going to go get whatever you need. Whatever you need, they're just going to go get it. And they're not going to say, but that's not my job. No, that's your job. That's what you're there. Your village job is to go for it. And if there's anyone or anything that you can think of that has either supported you in your move or an area of your move that brought you tremendous stress, and you could actually we'll call it hire a person to handle that job, and let me know, and I'll fill the void. I'll let you know what we could do, because I have an idea. And let me tell you what I paid my village people, because it wasn't money. Okay. And they wanted to stay there forever, right? Like they would not go home. I remember my boyfriend at the time was like, they're not leaving. I'm like, no kidding. I don't know why. Like, I was like, get them out. And it's because I basically opened up my wallet, I opened up my home, and I opened up my heart. And Jasmine brought up something earlier. She's like, Erica, you maybe need to stop micromanaging. So literally the day of and I have a tendency to do that a little bit, right? If you've ever met me. So Jasmine's like, hell to the yeah. So what happened was I couldn't do anything. I pulled my back out. So I was just sitting there like loving up on people, like, great job. Thanks for moving that. You guys are awesome. Kudos to you. Oh, that goes there. And I felt bad the day before to like have all these people moving my stuff and me sitting there like holding my fingers. And my boyfriend at the time was like, just be loving to them. Just be your awesome self, like amazing Erica. So I literally was like, I literally celebrated everything they did and kept kudos, good job. See, if you want to cheer, might be one of your village people to cheer the people on as they're doing stuff. But I fed them, and I didn't tell them I said, order whatever you want, however much of you want, spend whatever you want, and drink whatever you want, and take as many breaks as possible. So they just had fun and they moved. They never wanted to go home. They were like having a good time, organizing, cleaning, setting things up, because it was literally a party. I was like, are they sober? I didn't know. And like some people were, but like I was like, how can they want to hang out in this disgusting mess? No, they just had fun. Yeah, it's a very good move, right, Vanessa? Yeah. Right. And so we did. I mean, it was so much fun. So, and we allowed unlimited breaks of laughs, appreciation, and fun. So they were having fun throughout the whole process. Super fun.
I mean, it does sound like a real party. I could definitely see that being a lot of fun, especially when you look at this move like a party, right? When you're thinking about moving as a party, it could be tons of fun. So I think that's what your village people did, right? And just taking a second and thinking about it, like the fact that you were in the middle of all this shitty situation, right? The shitty move like you were in already, and people were still there helping you. So I know that was the L, right? You said PL. So tell us about the S in please.
Yes, I will tell you of the S, and it doesn't stand for shitty either, right? You want to get rid of that stuff when you make your move. And you also, by the way, I'm going to add a little amendment. I just thought about this as I write the Constitution of Moving. and keeping smiles on your face. Uh, don't forget a mask, maybe extra masks if you're moving in the midst of COVID, right? And maybe like some essential oils to put in the masks. You might have like a chief oil officer, so they put the essential oils to relieve anxiety and fill up the what is this called? The diffuser. Okay, you can have a diffuser. You can have somebody handling your diffuser and your oils, and asking people to check in. How are you feeling? And then when you find out how they're feeling, you give them the appropriate oil. So if they're feeling like they have a headache, give them the appropriate oils for headache. If they're feeling sick, give them the appropriate, well, if they're feeling sick, take their temperature and then give them the appropriate oils, but that's important, right? Like we have to remember what we're in this world right now. I'm not saying go hug each other and get all, gross and touchy, but if you're wearing masks, go outside, take a breath and have like, a village, right? Like have a community. Come on. So, but I just thought about that now. And the S does not stand for savings like Sleepy's, which is no longer in existence. It's now Mattress Firm. It does stand for spiritual crew. And by spiritual, I'll give you a few examples. I mean the person who can help you visualize taking the next step or steps, even if they seem scary or overwhelming. Folks, I described a physically very shitty situation, but and that was pretty graphic, and excuse my S-bombs. But it came to me today as I was putting this together that is a great way for you to recognize you might be standing in a pile of shit, crap, horribleness emotionally. And you need a person who's part of your village that's going to say, you got this, one foot in front of the other, and it's going to help you visualize. Also spiritual. There's a person you can create that's going to offer you kind words of affirmation, encouragement when you want to give up and quit, or you want to go back to where you were. I quit probably 100 times buying my own home, and there was nothing like horrible going on other than there was a lot of extra paperwork that I wasn't expecting. And I'm a realtor and was in the business for 9 years when I closed on my home. And I wanted to quit. And this was not in the midst of a pandemic or domestic violence situation. So add that on top of it and forget it. Or instead of forget it, you can use the acronym PLEASE, right? So we'll go back to spiritual. Then there's the person you might pay for and seek counseling, like a therapist or a guidance counselor or a psychologist for you. And let's not forget your kids and your pets. My cat saw my stress at one point in my home. She lost 5 pounds. She would stop eating and she was just not going to the bathroom. And then I went to a doctor to talk to her. I went to her doctor and talked to the doctor about what we could do. And then I talked to my therapist about what I could do because there was some dynamics in my home that made me want to move in the past year. And I'm here. And there might be a life coach or a health coach. I talked about this earlier. What goes in must come out. If you're making crappy choices about what to eat, and then you think you're going to be effective in your business and in your relationships, you're not. So you want to maybe hire a life coach or a health coach to help you make smart choices about what to put in your body, what products to use in and around your home, and help eliminate those toxins and negative thoughts from your home, from your body, and your mind. And last but not least, a higher power. That's the S, spiritual, having faith in someone or something greater than you that's guiding you on the proper path, that you'll be able, so that one day, and not like one day someday, but in that moment, dancing in the rain, celebrating in the crap or whatever, I told you I did it, and you'll be, and you can have a higher power, look up, look and have faith that you'll be able to celebrate and appreciate even more of the guidance and magic the universe has to offer you right now, or God, or whatever you believe in, even if you can't see it at this moment. And, honestly, Jasmine, Erica, I'm Erica. I can't see anymore. Jasmine and Eric and every single person here watching live or on the replay, I thank you so much for being a part of our village, because quite honestly, this has been the most trying week for me to be able to see. And I've literally sold real estate with my eyes closed this week because my eyes. And that's having faith that all will work out and the people who are behind the scenes are going to get it done. So, yeah.
Well, I have to say, wow, because this is definitely amazing and valuable information. And it's, you make it sound very simple, right? You make it sound like it's so simple to move. But what I really genuinely loved is the fact that you also really taught us how to make it fun. And you know what? I agree. It does take a village. It's not easy to pack up all your belongings, pack up your life into boxes, and start a new life in a different location. Especially when you have a whole house to pack, right? So I think that definitely is something. So let us know if you need any supports. Definitely Erica and I and Eric can get back to you with all the information that we have, the information that Erica has, right? And I know Eric, if there are any unanswered questions, you can drop it in our chat. We also have a YouTube channel. Please check it out. So let me just kick it back to you, Erica. What do we want to leave these fine folks with until next time?
Well, I want to leave these fine folks with first answered questions. So I just want to check in with Eric and also just really thank you, Jasmine and Eric. And Tiffany, you've been amazing here. Vanessa, actually, just so you know, you guys don't know who Vanessa is, but she's a guidance counselor. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Honestly, I'm just going to do this for a second. You're not going to see me. And that is that because my eyes are hurting. But I'm still here. I just need to shut the light off. But Vanessa is a friend of mine that's a guidance counselor, and she had taught me something a few years ago that I didn't realize how important it was until I heard it, but it didn't resonate with me. And then it caused me to create another toxic relationship. And then I thought about it as we reconnected. Again, we've been in touch, but last night we were talking with my eyes closed. And I was like, oh, do you remember the time when you said blank? And then I don't know if Vanessa wants to come and say what she said, or if she wants me to say it. I can take her off mute and also just see if there's anyone else who, Vanessa.
Well, I think you should share. I can add if anything, but what's interesting is sometimes you share something with someone and you don't, like, I didn't even remember until you reminded me. So that's important sometimes to know that what you say sometimes resonates in a positive way. You can go ahead and say it, Erica.
And before Erica starts, I just want to say thank you, Vanessa, because a lot of people don't realize the impact that each of us have on the people around us. So it's so important and it's so key that you talk to people every day, because you don't know how you can change someone's life in that conversation.
Yeah, and Fiona's back, so we'll just let her probably not even. Hold on a second. We're actually doing a show. I didn't mean to interrupt your Tishy in the moment, so I should here. And I'm actually crying because I'm so grateful, because Vanessa doesn't remember this, and it was such a life-changing moment that when I thought back to it, that if I had taken those words of advice, those coaching, the support as a friend, it in that moment, and it took me a year and a half to recognize it, but she basically said that it was something along the lines of not like dumping too much on one person and almost creating a village, because none of my friends or family are trained professionals or social workers or guidance counselors or therapists. And even if they are, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, I was in a domestic violence relationship. I was not necessarily making a physical move, but I was making an emotional move. And so then I needed to get my emotional home back in sorts. And then I just counted on a small group and eventually one person to be my new person, to have all of the information. And that person wasn't trained, and they wanted to be my person, but that person wasn't trained. And eventually it created a very toxic and unhealthy relationship. And Jasmine, knows about this. And if I had thought about it then, and I want to just invite anyone who knows someone who's going through a breakup and it's tough, or, even a toxic health employment relationship, come home. Don't make your wife the burden of everything. Go speak to someone. And just Vanessa encouraging me to recognize, even if your friend is a trained professional, you're not paying them. That's not like what they're here for. And so creating that higher power, that trust, that faith, that investing in yourself for that help to go speak to someone and getting that, and creating a village of friends around you. Like, that's what I remember her saying, is like, talk to them a little bit about this, a little bit about that, a little bit about this, but don't dump on one human because they are not trained. So Vanessa, I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to add about that.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like everyone's been there in like a really tough spot before. And me giving you that advice, even though I didn't remember until you reminded me, that was just, from personal experience, from people, needing to share what they needed to share with me. And, I'm a counselor, but it's a lot, it can create your own anxiety sometimes. So while you can kind of listen and absorb and take in a little bit, um, you know, we need breaks. We need breaks, and we have our own things that we're dealing with, and vice versa. I've gone through a hard time myself, and in retrospect, I'm like, oh, maybe I didn't need to call that same person all the time. Maybe I could have spread it out a little bit. Yeah.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Everyone in our lives are here for different reasons. So
Yeah.
Eric, I
Thank
think
you
you're
for
frozen.
that, and I appreciate that. And my connection is unstable.
Okay.
Hold on, wait, let me make it better. Excellent, good. My dad just joined the call, everybody. So say hello to my father. He doesn't know we're doing this. So that's fantastic. Look, he's in bed by now at 5:30. So Dad just joined the call. Excellent. So Jasmine or Eric, actually, were there any other questions or comments we wanted to make sure that we addressed? And I'm bringing it back to someone who I know loves having the microphone. Go ahead, Eric.
Sure. So I'm actually going to bring it to the Facebook Live. Actually I'm going to turn it back a little bit. I'm probably going to say her name wrong. This is Silvana. This is back when you mentioned P for professionals. She mentioned weapons specialist. I hope she's joking. If she can hear this, I hope you please correct me if I am right. I'm like, weapons specialist? That's
you know what?
or
What's interesting is I don't think she is kidding, but at the same time, she might be just putting. So I thought she might not realize she could have been here, and I mean, like in the Zoom room.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So this is in the Facebook comments.
I mean, I think it depends on the state you're in
Mm.
and making sure everything is okay.
I feel like
Definitely, I see your comment. That makes sense. You're right.
gun safety and mace and potential. Actually, somebody handed me mace. It was they handed me police grade mace, to be honest, when I first got through my breakup, and it wasn't supposed to be in my hands, but they gave it to me because they knew that I was very terrified, and they said just don't tell anybody. And I walked around with it, and I kept it there because I really did not know. The police didn't believe me, so I was like, well, who's protecting me now? My cat. And so I had the police grade mace, and I'm eternally grateful that I had that, even if it was just in my pocket. I didn't know how to use it, to be honest. So it was just there, somebody looking out for me. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud, but that is true, and I don't have it anymore. And then on a different note, I forgot this is recorded, so we'll just continue. And also, I think that that is Silvana has experience with domestic violence, and she's very committed to this. And she has a website, and she has a Facebook page, and she has a business. And I would love to hear more about it. We didn't get to connect today. Jennifer Savidra, a mortgage loan officer in New Jersey, connected us today. And she just might not have realized that she could be in the Zoom room. So next time, feel free to come here. And I will be in touch with you, Silvana, about how we can create offline. And sorry if I'm not saying what you do correctly. I didn't honestly have a chance to look too much because, the eyes need resting, and we're going to go back to resting them. And then, Eric, what else? Are there any other questions, comments? Is anyone else, whether it's in the Zoom room or I know we have a few folks that are new here. Does anyone else want to have a quick ad or share that they want to say that's related to this, or I didn't answer something? I want to make sure we add the value that we came for.
I think a lot of people loving it. There's a lovely comment from Santa Baroa Jones. Not sure.
Santa was also connected to Jennifer.
Oh, did you? Oh, excellent.
So Santa was also connected. I love Santa. And Santa, I hope I'm saying that right. And in my opinion, you're just right in time for the holidays. And I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I love it. I'm so silly.
Yeah, that's all I see in the comments so far. Oh, Michelle gave an LOL. Not sure what that was in reference to.
Usually
Maybe.
everything I've said tonight, maybe with the exception of the tears. But Santa also, it's amazing. Something else that I'm just learning from this is that with Jennifer and I, she's a mortgage lender and I'm a realtor, and we were creating something. Jasmine doesn't know this. None of you know this. We were going to do a show weekly. And Jennifer and I were both dealing with, we didn't have our emotional health in check. So we were in the point of thinking of doing like something called essential real estate or something and doing a weekly show. And yeah, it just kind of shifted and we took a break, started talking again tonight. And all of a sudden she's like, wow, we are literally in such a good alignment that she was connecting me to other people. So sometimes you have to take care of yourself before you can go take care of others. So yeah, and my village person Jasmine is reminding us that we want to be responsible around time and love people and in time integrity. So Jasmine, I'm going to kick it back over to you unless there's anyone else here that wanted to just add something or has a question that was left unanswered. And either way is fine. You can wave or just take yourself off mute.
All right. Well, thank you, Erica Rose Siegel. This is Jasmine Yan, your super savvy shopper, signing off for now and not forever. We would love to see all of you here next Sunday, December 13th at 8 p.m. for our Celebrate Your Success Sunday series, where we share all the things you don't know that you need to know about shopping and real estate. And the topic that we're going to be discussing next Sunday is something that I think is really key, especially since the holidays are right around the corner. So what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be discussing 5 tips on how to personalize gifts you bring to holiday parties. It's a definite don't miss episode, especially like I said, since there are more holiday fun right around the corner. And I know Tiffany probably has some really good insight too. And I definitely think Dylan, who's in our Zoom audience, has some excellent advice about that as well. So hope to see all of you next Sunday. Bye.
We hope to see you next Sunday too. And guys, thank you for being here. And if you have any real estate needs, I'm here for you. Your question isn't a silly question. And thank you for keeping us in mind for all those folks who maybe are a little challenged during the holidays. And we love you. We appreciate you. Or who want to give themselves a gift of a home sweet home. And Fiona is signing off as well. We will see you soon. With love. Have a beautiful night and see you next Sunday. Bye. Oh, Tiffany, we love. Bye, guys.